Let's go, I guess. You ready?
All right.
All right. Welcome, A. Show.
Hey.
Terrible.
Hey.
A. Show terrible.
Hey.
Terrible welcome. Welcome, terrible football
Hello.
show. It's a show. It's terrible. I almost got sued once because of how bad it is. That's a true story.
Yes.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's a true story. I'm Alex Light with Sparky3 and ATFS. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, whatever day you're listening or watching today's show. It is August 11th, the time of this episode. The last episode we recorded, still not posted yet at the time of this recording. It should be posted by this Friday, though. Shout out. We had a guest last episode. And last episode, we did start our power predictions. We've been going through all of our football predictions across the board. Today, we will wrap up the powers with ACC, Big 12, Big 10. We'll touch on some CFP. We did SEC last week. Those videos, the individual videos will all be coming out and stuff. This is me giving you the meat and potatoes for the full episode listeners. We have Jacob here to my left. Maybe you're right, depending on how it looks on the screen. I don't know. Jacob, how are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. It's been storming all day, so my bones are aching, but hey, it is what it is. I'm old.
I feel that whenever I know when rain's coming because of my torn Achilles ankle. I feel it. I feel it every time. It's tough. It's tough out here. Tough business. No Ty Lord today, unfortunately. I was just trying to get him on, but he is not feeling a little under the weather. So that's fine. No big deal. We're going to keep moving forward this week because I'm about to go to Minnesota next week. So I don't have time to do this shit. We are running out of time to do any more delays. We are running out of time. We cannot delay things anymore. Yeah, no, I'll be in the land of the Vikings next week. So shout out to that. It's going to be a time. I'll be seeing the state. I might even pop over to Fargo, North Dakota from the sound of it. So I might be seeing the Bison Dome. It is a dome, right? I think it is.
It is a dome.
Yeah, I might swing by and see if I can see that, but I am on a pretty tight work schedule. So, I mean, it's obviously a big will sees there. But, yeah, no. So no recording from us next week, which I know for the people listening, you don't know when we record unless I tell you. So, we will be back on August 25th. We should be back that day. And we're actually going to probably pump out the entire NFL on that one day. Yeah, no, we're running out of time. Big dog, we're running out of time. Yeah, no, so probably the entire NFL will probably be done on the 25th. It's the only thing that we will do that day. And whenever we come back after that, we'll probably take off maybe the 1st. And maybe when we come back like on the 8th, it's back to content. Shout out. We got a lot of back pocket content. That's all going to come out when it comes out. I mean, I've got a whole private playlist with a bunch of stuff in it right now. So, yeah, that's all going to come out when it comes out. So definitely subscribe. Keep an eye out for notifications, and we'd appreciate that. I appreciate some interaction that we've had recently as well in comments on videos. Really appreciate that. I don't know if you saw this one, Jacob, but there was someone that commented on Tyler's Penn State video, and he was correcting Tyler how to pronounce one of the weird last names or whatever. And the guy said, it's just like, oh, yeah, he was super friendly. He wasn't being mean. And yeah, he wasn't being mean or anything. And he just, he did say, it's like, oh, it's pronounced like this. It's really not that hard once you get the hang of it, whatever. And I sent back because he was like, hey, I just came across you guys. You guys are really funny. I'm, whatever. And I sent my reply to him was simply, well, big dog, we do have higher BMI than IQ, so it happens. And he's just like, just for that, I'm subscribing. And I'm like, my man, that's what I like to see right there. Love the energy. Go to sparkythiefshop.com right now and pick up the shirt, higher BMI than IQ, if you can relate. So, no. And you know what? If you don't like anything we do here today with predictions, drop a mean comment down below. And your mean comment might be on a t-shirt for the world to see and for the world to purchase and wear and represent. Like, do better. That's some motto that we can all live by, is do better. We miss you, Giovanni. We hope you come back and see our Tulane predictions. We miss you, buddy. So shout out to Giovanni, the originator of the mean comment t-shirts. So, but yeah, no, not a lot today. Today is going to be strictly just predictions, knock it out, and move on. I'm on a little bit of a tight schedule today, just stuff going on. But Jacob, real quick, how are you? Is there anything you want to get off your chest before we jump into stuff?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to jump into this.
All right, let's do it then. So we'll do ACC first, and we'll go to Big 12, and we'll finish with Big 10, and we'll do our best half-assed attempt at a CFP. It's obviously near impossible to predict a CFP. It's near impossible to predict a 12 just because of how they are going to put stuff in, you know. But just our best half-ass attempt based on all the predictions we've had up to this point. So we'll try. We'll try our best. Hey, trying is believing, I guess. I don't know. Trying to think if there's anything else to kind of hit real quick. Obviously, in terms, if you're listening to the full video here, the full meat and potatoes, in terms of the video schedule, right now it's basically going a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So, you know, if you're listening to this whenever this is posted, all the groups should be done, because I know on the 12th, Pack should be up, on the 14th, Sunbelt should be up, and next week we'll start the powers. So I think the power order is probably going to be, I think the order of the videos is going to be ACC, it's going to be Big 12, SEC, coming into the next week, Big 10, and CFP. So, and that CFP video should be up by the time we're in that week 0 week, approaching week 0. And this episode will be posted before week 0 anyway. So that should be the schedule. All college predictions should be ready to go, and then we'll start NFL, and NFL will start getting posted leading up to. NFL is probably going to be posted as a blitz schedule. I'm not going to lie to you, brother. I was looking at the timeline, and it's like when we're going to get to do it, and when it's going to get edited, I'm talking like probably 8-9 days in a row, just video to get those out. You know, we're cutting it a little short
there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Hall of Fame game happened already, which is crazy that we're already here.
Yeah, I know. It's right around the corner. So anyway, yeah, let's jump into stuff. Like I said, we're going to do ACC first, Big 12, Big 10, CFP. So let me do my attempt at an intro, I guess. Oh, man, I already forgot. We got to get your face. We'll do that at the end. People listen, don't worry about what I just said. That's for us. That's for us. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, so let me do my half-ass attempt at an intro. All right. Today's video, we're going to try to predict the conference winners for the ACC in 2026. Who's going to be coming out on top? Who's going to be the contenders? Who's going to be the conference runner-up? All that good stuff. So subscribe. There you go. Perfection. One take. Boom. Running with it. So let me pull mine up real quick. All right, Jacob, just like as we normally do, we're going to start off with conference winner, and then we're going to kind of go into the conversation from there. So let's start with you. Who is winning the ACC in 2026?
All right, I have the winner of the ACC being the 11-2 Miami Hurricanes.
My man.
Beating the 11-2 Louisville Cardinals.
My man. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So my conference winner, the Miami Hurricanes, for the first time in history, will win the ACC. I think this is finally it. And my runner-up is also the Louisville Cardinals. Now, let me ask you, what are the losses for you for both of those?
Okay, so I have Miami losing again or at Notre Dame.
Okay,
and then
me
I
too.
have them also losing week 12 against Virginia Tech.
Okay.
And then I have for Louisville, they're losing week 1 at Ole Miss, and then obviously the conference championship game.
Okay. So hold on, let me fact check Louisville's schedule real quick, just so I can properly refer to one of my losses that I have. Okay, that's what I thought. I did mistype something. So I am actually completely in the same boat with you. I have in regular season play Miami 11-1 losing Notre Dame, and then Louisville 11-1 losing to Ole Miss, and then going on a run from there. So that's my literal exacts. With the Notre Dame game for Miami, obviously I still think it's one that's winnable, you know. It's just that feeling that I think they're going to get their get-back game. I mean, I do. I think they're going to get – they're pissed. Notre Dame is livid, and I think they're going to get that get-back game for sure. Now, I will say with Miami, there are some other games that could be some drops. Look, never write off Florida State, even though it's at Miami. Never write that game off. It's Miami. They are historically known to just lose games they are not supposed to lose. And also, same thing with at Clemson. I know it's a game where it's like you would think Miami's got that in the bag, but again, Miami is they can lose games they're meant to lose. It's just I feel pretty good that when I look at this schedule, Notre Dame is the only one that I think is going to be a loss, personally. I think Menza's ready to kind of take it to the next level. I think Menza's going to be better than obviously Carson Beck. But I think Menza can be even better than what Cam Ward was for us his 1 year. Like I'm really high on Menza right now and what he's going to bring to the table.
So you don't think Virginia Tech has a shot at beating you guys this
Man,
year?
my Virginia Tech prediction is the classic Jay Frank 10-2. That is,
Okay.
I think it's the classic Jay Frank. His 2 losses will be SMU and Miami. Basically the classic Jay Frank mindset. And when I originally mocked up all these predictions, man, I actually had him also losing at Clemson, and I think that's possible. Like I'm not saying that's a guaranteed win, but obviously that the idea of predictions is that you're going to go ahead and lock in an idea of this is how I feel, and I feel Virginia Tech will get over the hump and beat Clemson at Clemson. But it's also like I can totally see Jay Frank going 9-3 in a true Jay Frank fashion, which would, let's be honest, that'd be a great year 1 for VT. Let's be,
That would be amazing for them.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't be mad about that. Like, yeah, you can meme on it. It's like, oh, good old Jay Frank. But like at the same time, it's just like, that's solid for them with how they've been. But yeah, I mean, that's what I have for Virginia Tech right now is 10-2. I have SMU also going 10-2, only losing to Louisville and Notre Dame. I think SMU is another one that could be a legitimate force here in this conference. Clemson, I do have going 9-3, but that 9-3 could slip quite a bit. That 9-3 could slip quite a bit. And I also still I like Virginia. I've got Virginia going 9-3 as well.
Okay, so you don't have them sliding as much.
Yeah, I don't have them sliding that much, no. Forgot to address this at the beginning, but since Notre Dame obviously is not in a conference in football, but in every other conference they are associated with the ACC, we're also going to shout out our Notre Dame predictions in this video as well. I have Notre Dame unfortunately going 12-0. I mean, that schedule just looks extremely easy to me. There are a couple potential losses in that schedule. Absolutely. I think like at BYU, or I think it was, I don't remember if it was at BYU or at Notre Dame. I don't remember. Then of course,
it's at BYU.
Okay. That's one that I toyed with as a potential loss, but I always think BYU is overrated as shit always. But I mean, I think Notre Dame is a 12-0 team this year. It's just, I look at their schedule. It's just like, yeah, they have some tough games, but they're tough games that I think they're going to win. Personally, I think they're going to go 12-0. I really do. I don't see a loss for Notre Dame.
I got them going 12-0 as well.
It's hard not to, man.
Think if they are going to lose a game, it's going to be right there in the middle of their schedule, whether it's BYU, Navy, Miami. Hell, I would not even knock off Boston College. There's a lot of people high on Boston College this season.
I've seen the same conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But outside of Notre Dame, like I have a 4-way 9-3 tie in this conference.
Right.
With Virginia Tech, who loses to Cal, Clemson, and SMU. SMU, who loses to Louisville, Wake Forest, and Notre Dame. Georgia Tech, who loses to Tennessee, Virginia Tech, and Louisville. And then a surprising Cal team ending at 9-3, losing to UCLA, Wake Forest, and SMU.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like you and I, we talked about Cal a couple times off cam. Like you're kind of high on Cal right now.
I think they got the pieces at least to have a good, solid season.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of conversation around that quarterback too. I mean, I told you this, but there is legit conversation that could be like a number 1 potential pick in the NFL draft, which is crazy for a lot of people because a lot of people is going to immediately be like, well, what about Arch? What about Dante? What about this guy? What about that guy? And it's just like, hey, I'm just telling you what the conversation I'm seeing too. I mean, I'm seeing the conversation exists. It's like how accurate it is, I don't know, but the conversation does exist.
Probably some West Coast guys talking about that.
Probably, yeah. No, I think ACC is going to be interesting to watch this year, man. Between Louisville and Miami, and even SMU, Virginia Tech, obviously with Jay Frank. I think Jay Frank's what he's gonna bring to that program is gonna be so. It's gonna be hard not to love Virginia Tech. You know what I mean, and just love them from afar. Because I know one thing that I saw recently, and I think it was actually Tyler that sent this to me, is that pretty much no matter what, like Jay Frank and Brent, they were tied at the hip no matter where he went. Tyler's just like. Man, something about their friendship just makes me feel something. I'm just like, no joke, man. That's good stuff. That's what we like to see. So, and I think that's so fascinating too. Like, he just got fired, and now he has the opportunity to come back and immediately be a DC. Like, how that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like
It doesn't.
it's so fascinating to me, and I'm excited to see what Virginia Tech can do this year.
I have always been a fan of Virginia Tech. Like, even actually, funny enough, even more so after they beat us in 2014 with that upset,
Yeah.
and then we went on to win the Natty. That was right there. That's what cemented my secret love for Virginia Tech and that
Right.
whole program, the atmosphere, the culture, the history. If I had to pick an ACC team
That'd be
to
yours.
support, it would be Virginia Tech.
Yeah, which for the record, everyone listening, there's nothing wrong with having a team per conference. Just make sure you make it known who your number one team is, all right? Across the board. Ain't nothing wrong with having a supporting team in other conferences. I said what I said. I stand by that business. I got 3 conferences I'm still trying to figure out, though. It's tough out here for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sold 100% on an American team yet. I think I lean Rice pretty heavily.
Oh,
Yeah, I lean Rice, believe it or not. I like Rice. Yeah, random. I know.
that's weird.
I know, man. I like Rice, dude. I like what they got going on, man. Conference USA, I guess by default for this season is Western Kentucky, but obviously this whole thing is like a trial run. I got to tell you though, the team that I rock with the most in Conference USA is actually Delaware. I'm rocking with Delaware, bro. I'm so jealous that Ricky's got Delaware. I'm so damn jealous of it, dog. And then I don't have an SEC team. I don't have an SEC team. There's no
I refuse
SEC,
to have an SEC team.
there's no SEC team that resonates with me. Never has. You know, if you put something in my head and it's just hey, you got to pick right now. I'm probably picking probably either Vandy or South Carolina. That's probably what I would pick. And that'd be begrudgingly for both.
I can't pick a single team. I refuse to.
Yeah. I don't have an SEC team, but that's off topic. That's off topic.
There's a core rivalry between the 2 mega conferences.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But no, I mean back to the main point, just to wrap up the ACC talk. I really do think this is going to finally be the year Miami gets over the hump and wins the ACC for the first time ever. But it's also the Hurricanes, man. They could randomly go 9-3. It's just I've seen it time and time again.
Listen, this conference probably, I'm going to predict this right here, right now. This conference is going to potentially have a lot of upset games. This conference has a lot of potential dark horses in it for some reason. I'm not sure what happened between last year and this year altogether, but it might be competitive.
Yeah. A lot of bowl game teams is what you're saying.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the conference play is going to be really good. And then, again, I know they're not ACC in football, but again, Notre Dame as well. I mean, I think they're just loaded. They're ready to go. I mean, they're one of my few 12-0 teams across college football this year. Their schedule is pretty easy. They do have a few tough games, absolutely, but they're just tough games that I think Notre Dame's going to win this year.
Who do you got at the bottom of the conference?
Let me go look. Let's see.
There's 2 teams at 1-11.
Okay. 1-11 is diabolical. I think Stanford's gonna be pretty damn low, personally. I think Stanford's gonna be pretty damn low in the conference. Shout out to Tyler. That's probably my bottom feeder. It's probably Stanford.
I have Stanford and Boston College going 1-11.
Yeah, that's tough on Boston College. I don't know if they'll. I mean, they got Billy O.B., don't they?
People are so high.
Is it because of Billy O.B.? Probably,
but he hasn't been really good in the NCAA. I mean, let's be real here.
Look, I think the teams that are going to be like towards the bottom in terms of losing records is probably going to be Boston College, maybe like a 5-7. I don't think they'll be that bad. I think Syracuse. Not Syracuse. Sorry, Stanford might only win 3 games. Legit. That's all Stanford might be winning this year is 3 games. Syracuse, I think, will be a little bit lower. I'm not super high on Wake Forest right now either.
I'm not very high on North Carolina or Florida State this year either. I think
North Carolina might be horrendously bad this year.
I think this is Bill Belichick's last year potentially. I think he's finally, hopefully, going to retire.
Which is crazy. That thing got nuked so aggressively. You know what I mean? Like, that was just a disaster. So, But anyway, drop your comment down below. What is your thoughts on our ACC predictions? We're both calling for the U, so shout out there, and we're both calling for Louisville to be runner-up. Shout out to that. We're on the same page. Yeah. I mean, I think ACC is going to be some fun ball this year. So drop a comment down below and let me know. All right, let's do Big 12 next. Let me get that all queued up. Lock it in. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Today's video, we're going to try to predict the Big 12 conference winner as well as the runner-up and everyone else that's going to be in that contention. So, yeah, subscribe, I guess. All right, there we go. Let's do it. All right, Jacob, let's start with you. Who's winning the Big 12 this year? Maybe a certain team that you've adopted?
And listen, I begrudgingly adopted them, but I'm slowly becoming an actual fan of them, which is crazy.
It was the wheel. You didn't have a choice.
It's insane. I have the 13-0 Texas Tech Red Raiders beating the BYU Cougars 11-2 in the championship game.
I also have Texas Tech going 12-0 in the regular season and then winning the conference championship. Also against BYU, who goes 11-1 in the regular season. So just like how you and I feel with the ACC, we feel the same way with the Big 12. Now I'm curious, who do you have as like your third place team in the Big 12? I'm so curious on if we're anywhere, and I mean anywhere, in the same stratosphere.
So I only have 3 teams winning 10+ games.
Okay.
In this conference.
Okay.
My third place is the 11-1 Utah Utes.
Okay, so we're off a little bit on that one. I do have Utah winning 10 games, but I have them winning 10 games. I have them going 10-2. And it's not my third place team. But you have them third. No.
Oh.
No, they are not my third place team, big dog. Technically, like, let me make sure I was like, I put everything in Excel for the record, right? And I kind of went off like everything through the playoff predictor that we use and stuff. I think technically I think just based off the conference record, they're actually my 5th place team. Looking at it. Yeah, I mean, they're listed as my 5th place team. They're 7-2 in conference, but I believe based on like the conference wins and losses for the 2 teams above them, it just kind of played out where, yeah, they're 10-2, but they come down at 5th place. No, my third placer. All right, look, I rode this train last year. I'm gonna keep riding the train, all right, until the train derails off the tracks. Third place, give me the 11-1 Houston Cougars. Lock it in, big dog. Lock it in.
I don't know what that schedule that they have.
I love it. I love it, big dog. I mean, like, I'm looking at one legitimate loss, and that's at Texas Tech. Everything else here, I see winnable. Now, granted, let me stress that 11-1 could easily flip down to an 8-4. I'm not. It's like the same stuff I argued when we did Mountain West with Hawaii. I think my final prediction for Hawaii, I think, was 10-2, if I remember right. But like, or 11-1, it was one of the two. And I locked that in because every major game Hawaii needed to win was at Honolulu. That was my process. But I also said that, hey, Hawaii could end up being 8-4. And it's the same thing with Houston. Houston could finish 8-4. I just believe in this team. I believe in this roster. I believe in this coaching staff. 11-1, 1 loss, Texas Tech. I think they're going to get over the hump at Kansas State. They're going to get over the hump at Utah, and they're going to beat Oklahoma State at home. I have faith in this team. I have faith in this roster.
So, okay, I'm not as high, but I am decently high looking at this here. I have Houston at 9-3. Yeah. I have them tied for 5th place in the conference at 6-3. I have their 3 losses being Texas Tech, Utah, and Cincinnati.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about Oklahoma State as well? Disaster. No shot. Come on now.
I have Oklahoma State and Colorado 2-10. I have Oklahoma State going 0-9 in this conference.
No shot. Dog, this is one of those.
They are the bottom feeders of the conference, man.
Last year.
1 year ain't going to change a team going from
Have you seen the starting roster and how literally there's only like 2 players from last year's team still on it?
Yeah.
Dog.
That's what scares me the most.
I got them going 9-3.
Whoa, what?
I believe in this coach. I believe in Drew. I believe in the guys they've brought in. I'm locked in, bro. Like, come on. I'm locked in. Let's go, Cowboys.
They have some really tough games this season.
I know. I'm looking at it. I have them losing to Oregon. Okay. I've got them losing to Houston, and I've got them losing to Texas Tech. But let's be honest, Kansas State has been mid as shit. They're going to win. Arizona State is about to be mid as shit. They're going to win. UCF's already mid as shit. Sorry, Scott Frost. Colorado's already mid as shit. Sorry, Dion. Iowa State is about to be good. Godspeed to them. And then Kansas is terrible. And then Tulsa's terrible. Yeah, they lost Tulsa last year, but the roster was terrible last year. West Virginia, mid as shit. Whatever this FCS team here is, who is that? Murray State, mid as shit. Come on now, 9-3. Lock it in.
I got them only winning against Tulsa and Murray State.
That's diabolical.
I don't trust until Oklahoma proves me wrong. I do not trust that program.
Oklahoma State, you mean?
What did I say? Oklahoma?
Yeah. Don't disrespect. Don't mix that up. That's blood words over there, man.
Yeah. Oklahoma until the fake OSU. I'll put it that way.
Damn. They do have OSU in their logo, unlike you. They do have OSU as the logo, unlike somebody here.
There's 2 fake OSU teams. One of them I'll let slide.
Is it Oregon State?
Because it's a brotherhood. Yeah, Oregon State.
Love it.
That's the only one I'll let slide because of the brotherhood.
Shout out to the friendliest rivalry in all of college football, Washington State and Oregon State. I love that damn game so much. No, dude, I'm high on Oklahoma State, man. I like this coach. I like Drew. I like Drew a lot, man. Drew Mustamaker. I like Drew a lot.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the transfers they got, man. I really think like they can turn this around because like I really don't think Big 12 is that deep this year. That's the thing. I don't. I think it's very top heavy.
That's why I only have 3 teams going 10 plus wins.
Like, I mean, I don't think it's super deep. I mean, I think Kansas State will be fine. I mean, I said they were mid as shit earlier, but like what I mean is they're not going to the Big 12 championship. You know what I mean? Like they did a few years ago. Like I think Kansas State can win 9 games, with losses like Houston, Arizona State, and Oklahoma State. But like they're not going to the Big 12 championship. Scott Frost with his homecoming to UCF, he'll probably win 6 damn games. Cincinnati's mid as hell. Dion's going to probably go 0-12 and get fired. Or not, he's not going to get fired. He's going to mutually part ways. Let's both be honest.
Yeah, they won't fire him. He's too big of a name to fire.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I think Big 12 is a little weak, man. And like also, I already ranted about this in SEC talk, or not the SEC talk, but just the Chad episode we had. Shout out to that episode. Please go watch it. Texas Tech has one of the most piss-ass schedules I've ever seen in college football. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Like, this is pathetic, dude. Like, yeah, there's a couple games in there that's just like, let's say hypothetically that what I'm saying is true and Oklahoma State gets to cooking. It's at Stillwater. Like, maybe that could be a little shaky. It's college football. Anything can happen. But, like, other than that, like, I'm high on Houston, and they're coming to town, but they're coming to town. That's the problem. Other than that, I look at this schedule, and what the hell is this schedule? This schedule is the most pathetic 12-0 I've ever seen.
There's 3 games that I'm going to predict right now that are going to be their closest games of the regular season.
Okay.
It is going to be the Houston game, the West Virginia game,
okay,
and the Baylor game.
Okay. I can see all those for sure.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
Baylor, it can be a surprise. I have them going 6-6, but they could be a sneaky team this season.
Yeah, they could. Which they need to be, because if not, I think Dave's out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if they're not, I think Dave's out, big dog. I think it's donezo for him. It could be donezo for a few other Big 12 coaches, like one over in Colorado.
Yeah, I honestly think we might see probably the most firings or mutually parted ways from this conference.
Yeah, or just in general this offseason.
Yeah.
Bill and Dion mutually parting ways from North Carolina and Colorado. Go ahead and book that one down right now.
Yep.
I don't know. But I know, drop a comment down below. What's your thoughts on our Big 12 predictions? Did we get it right? Is there a team that maybe we're sleeping on? Maybe it's secretly, TCU, and we don't know because we don't care. Tell us, let us know. Shout out to Giovanni. He educated us on Tulane that one time. So come educate us, because we're a terrible football show and we're not educated. Higher BMI than IQ. SparkyShop.com. All right, that's it for that video. Shout out. All right, and we'll do the last conference, and we can get close to probably wrapping this episode up, which would be great for me. Just with the time that I've got and stuff going on and everything. Just one of those weeks, man. You know what I mean? One of those weeks. Plus, at least if it's a shorter episode, it helps me a lot in the editing room because, dude, I'm telling you, like with the fact that I got a full week to Minnesota coming up, which, boy, I ain't conditioned for this anymore. I'm gonna tell you that up front. Like about Wednesday, I'm gonna feel it. I did a full week gone Monday to Friday a few years ago. As probably I think like 2 years ago now to help with projects we had going on in another market that didn't have a rep. And boy, I'm not joking. By Wednesday, my ass felt it. I was just like, damn, I'm not conditioned for this anymore. I have not done a Monday to Friday gone in, God bless, since like 2019, 2018. So damn. It's like, and like, I mean, I was conditioned to it, big dog. I'm talking like there was a 25-week stretch where Sunday to Friday I was out of town, for 25 weeks straight. So, and then after that was like standard Monday. So I used to be conditioned for this shit. Woo, boy, about that Wednesday time, I started feeling it. Like, yeah, I'm ready to go and I'm ready to go home. Shit, I got 2 more days. Never mind. So yeah, no, lot going on up in Minnesota. I'll be seeing the state too. I don't even get to be in the fun part of Minneapolis. I get to go everywhere else. So I don't know. It'll be fun.
Hey, that could be fun though.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's just I've also done that before with my last job as well. And it always sucks living out of a suitcase because you're really living out of a suitcase. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even just like, oh yeah, you're living out of a suitcase because you're in a hotel week. But if you're in one hotel, it's not that bad. Like with my last job, we were out of town so much, I made myself at home, big dog. When I got to that hotel, I unpacked the suitcase and I used the dressers in the hotel as long as the hotel wasn't filthy. So there was something a little dicey. Shout out to Corinth, Mississippi. Biggest shithole I've ever been to in my life. I don't care to out it. I hate that whole damn state. I hate that whole damn state.
That state is the quote unquote poorest state in the country. So
I hate that damn state. But boy, let me tell you, they got some good food in Central Mississippi. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, brother. I ain't even gonna lie about some of the restaurants. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, no, a shorter episode will be nice though. It'll be a lot easier for me to edit between now and before I leave. So all the predictions are good to go and everything. So all right, well let's jump into the Big Ten, your conference, and Tyler's conference, who's unfortunately not here today, him being the Penn State fan for people listening. So let me get that video intro going and we can go from there. Yeah, gotta clear the throat a little bit, sorry for that shocked anyone. Bro, my camera just keeps focusing. Like, dog, can you stop? Do you mind? Like, calm down. I'm barely making movements. It's like, oh shit, we gotta lock in. I don't
know what it could be focusing on. Like, you haven't moved much at all.
It keeps me like, gotta refocus. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Lock in.
Yeah, I think there's a setting that I can change on that. Let me. It's taking forever to load. It's whatever. All right. Today's video, we're going to try to give our Big Ten predictions, our best attempt at it at least, and predict the conference winners, conference runner-ups, and everyone that's else going to be contending here. This, of course, is the conference that has won 3 straight national championships, all different teams, too. Shout out to Jacob here, being an Ohio State fan. So let's see if we can maybe get it right today, and if we can't, call us stupid. There you go. That's the intro.
Don't be mean about it, though. You can call us stupid, but just don't be mean.
Nah, be mean about it, dog. I'm putting on a T-shirt.
You might make me cry. We'll put my face of me crying on a T-shirt.
Oh, that'd be a great shirt. All right, Jacob. Who is your conference winner of the Big 12? Big 10, I mean. I think it's probably pretty obvious, for you. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I have the Ohio State Buckeyes beating the Oregon Ducks in the conference championship game.
Okay. So for anyone that's watching the standalone video, I want the record to be known. in this single setting, we have done ACC, Big 12, and Big 10. And now for all 3 in a row, Jacob and I have been on the same page, which is kind of weird. I also have the Ohio State Buckeyes winning the Big 10, beating the Oregon Ducks in the Big 10 championship. See, the camera be focusing. Why are you focusing, big dog? Lock in. But yeah, no, I think Ohio State, man, it's Ohio State. They always reload. I think Julian's going to take a massive jump, and he was already great last year. I think Julian is going to take a stupid level jump this year. I'm super high on him as like my Heisman favorite. There are a couple other guys across the country that I like too, but I mean, for now, Julian's probably my number one. I think Julian's going to take a huge jump this year, and and he could probably be remembered as one of the more fondly remembered quarterbacks for Ohio State that you guys have had in a while. And you guys have had some great quarterbacks, right? And obviously it's, not trying to jab, but, quarterbacks that tend to fizzle out in the NFL besides a couple here or there. I mean, fun fact, CJ Stroud is your all-time passer in the NFL in terms of Ohio State quarterbacks, I think. No, I think he's number two. He's number two. Because I had a list for this recently because I was going to quiz you on it. That was like 3 months ago, and I forgot. I got to find that list. But obviously, post Ohio State, they tend to get forgotten. You know what I mean? I think Julian is going to be a guy, dude. I think he is going to absolutely take this Buckeye Nation to a whole different level, especially when you got Jeremiah Smith coming back. You got all the pieces you got coming back. I mean, when I look at Ohio State, I mean, I'm looking at a 12-0 big dog. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. That's a 12-0 team for me right there. Which there are some humps to get over for sure. You guys have a damn tough schedule, but I think you guys have a damn tough team. I mean, you've got the Texas game, of course. Indiana, we don't have Fernando and stuff, but it's Indiana. It's Kurt. They're going to be competitive. I think USC is going to be sneaky good, man. I really do. I mean, then they have a damn tough schedule, but you guys got to play them. You got to play Oregon in the regular season, and it don't matter if they're a 6-6 team. The game is always up for a coin flip. But I think it's one of those things where I could see Ohio State finishing. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I can see them finishing 9-3, but I think they're going to go 12-0.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% across the board. Aside from the 9-3 part, I could see them at the least going 10-2.
I can see
9-3 is a stretch.
Come on now, you got some tough games in there.
We do have. Well, we have. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked, we have top 10.
Yeah,
a top 10 strength of schedule.
Yep.
But no, I agree with you about Julian. I think this year is going to be his biggest year yet because the wide receiver core is better. The offensive line is better. The running game is going to be a lot better this year. Bo Jackson's about to be electric on the ground. I have them going total, obviously, including the championship game, 12-1. I do not have an undefeated season for us this year. I have our sole loss coming week 7 at Indiana. I think Indiana is a crutch for us, or it's just going to be like a little jab. I think Kurt has our number, and until again they prove me wrong, I'm going to take Indiana in that game. I think that they have a better quarterback this year, personally speaking, in Josh Hoover than Fernando. I know that's a little controversial, but I do still believe in the Hoosier team.
So where do you have Indiana going, the defending champs who had an ungodly great season?
I have them tied for third at 11-1. I have their sole loss coming in week 9 to Minnesota. Okay.
So I actually have Indiana losing 2 games and going 10-2.
Oh. You have them losing against the Buckeyes?
Buckeyes, obviously, since I've got that 12-0 prediction. Can you guess their other loss?
It's gonna be either Nebraska or Washington.
Negative to both.
Oh.
Plot twist. I think Indiana could drop back-to-back games and lose to Michigan. Say what you want, man. I like Kyle as a coach. I know there's been a lot of jokes and memes and stuff about, what he said about Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, I get it. It's fair to joke and meme. But I like him as a coach where I don't think he's ever going to take you over the top. I don't think he's going to take Michigan over the top, but he's going to keep you always in the picture. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Tyler would always say about Jay Frank. Jay Frank always kept Penn State in the picture. That's what Kyle would do with Utah, and I think it's going to be the same thing here with Michigan. I like the quarterback they have over at Michigan personally. You know, I don't think Michigan's going to like win the conference or be competing for top of the conference. I mean, I think they're going to win like 10, not 10 games, sorry. 9 games is roughly where I've got Michigan falling. But I like the coach, man. I like Kyle. And me picking Indiana losing at Michigan was with a lot of hesitancy. It's just me wanting to be a little spicy. I could see that happening, right? I could see losing to Ohio State and somehow magically losing a game the next week. Indiana fans may be like, dude, you are smoking the finest crack in the nation, as probably something Ricky would say. Shout out to Rick.
Probably.
But it's just one of those sneaky little feelings that I've got where I could see this happening. And I decided to go ahead and be a little spicy and lock it in.
Look, okay. I'm sure Kyle is a fantastic person. I'm sure he's a fantastic human being. As a head coach, though, I see where he's coming from as far as, his former team. I see that former conference. I see the team that he decided to get hired to get signed to.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Where are we going with this?
And then he says that.
Yeah.
Then he says that one. You can't forget that quote. You cannot forget that quote. To me. And this is, I'm taking the bias out of this completely. He showed his belly. He laid down on his back. He lifted his shirt and he showed his belly.
I can kind of see that. But I also I do get where the quote's coming from. I do get it. Because it's like when it comes to any form of athletics, you don't want literal blood hatred where it's like we're gangs on the street where it's like if I see you wearing a Michigan hoodie, I'm going to stab you.
It's never been that way.
Yeah, I know. Like I get where he's coming from, but I also can push back and say, big dog, I understand what you're doing, but like you wouldn't even utter BYU's name, first off. And second off, you're just freshly here. Maybe you should have held off on that quote for maybe a year. Yeah, maybe like a year. Maybe freshly hold off that quote. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you. That just added fuel to the fire, in my opinion, to Ohio State.
Yeah.
But that could be spun negatively. The fuel to the fire could be too much fuel, and we could go in there hot-headed. We could go in there guns blazing and too overly zealous, and things can be different. But you've always known me as an Ohio State fan who is not delusional. Okay. I understand when my Buckeyes are bad. I understand and I give Michigan props when they beat us, because I would rather the rivalry be competitive than not be competitive.
Yeah, you don't want a Penn State Temple rivalry over here.
Exactly. Or what Penn State thinks they have in a rivalry with Ohio State or Michigan.
Yeah.
Those rivalries don't exist. But I cannot agree with a coach going into the only, at least as far as my knowledge is concerned, the only rivalry in sports, in American sports, that started from a legitimate war.
Yeah.
You can't say that type of thing.
Yeah.
And expect to not be badgered about it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I agree with the badgering. It's like I said, it's one of those things where I do get why he said it, but also maybe you should have held off on saying that for maybe a year. You need to get your feet wet in the team for one. You've been at Utah for a long time, big dog. It's just like let's get your feet wet over here first. And then kind of
you're going from the Big 12 to the Big 10. You're going into one of the dangerous most dangerous rivalries in all of college football.
Like if you want to talk if you want to talk all athletics across the board, any sport, pro, college, anything, any sport. Like the game is one of the top 10. You know what I mean? Like there's not many rivalries like the game. There's really not. It's very far and few between. I'm also proud to say that I think Bears and Packers is in that top 10 for sure. I'm proud to say that.
Cowboys and Eagles are probably up there too.
I don't know if I'd put them top 10 because let's be honest, Cowboys. Cowboys is an interesting one, and I say this as like having like older Cowboys fans that I know as well. Of where it's almost like you guys' number one rivalry, it just changes. Because for the longest time, I know an older Cowboys fan who despised Washington with
Yeah,
all of
it
their
used to
heart
be
and soul.
Washington. Yeah,
Exactly. So it's like
yeah,
that one I wouldn't put top 10. That's growing because you got to think like you got some Yankees rivalries in there, Yankees and Sox. You know what I mean? So
yep,
you got some
yep.
other stuff to consider. But I don't know if I'd put it top 10, but I'm talking historical stuff. Oh, Jurgis is in there. I think Bears Packers is in there. You know, it's yeah. Again, when it comes to Kyle, maybe he should have held off on that a little bit.
Yeah. Side note: I have Michigan going 6-6.
I could see 6-6. Like I said, I've got them going 9-3, losing to Oklahoma, Oregon, and Ohio State. But you know, I could see it going down to 6-6. Now, I didn't actually have like a firm like record for this team, but just out of curiosity, you know, staying in the state of Michigan, how do you feel about Michigan State this year? Because I'm just a big Pat fan. I thought Pat did well for what he did at Northwestern and everything. How do you think he's going to do in year one with the Spartans?
I think there's going to be some major growing pains.
For sure.
Obviously, it's a historic program. I give them that. They used to be really good in the
Yeah.
early 2010s, and they've fallen off the wagon wheel big time as of late. I don't see them getting over the hump, obviously, or even getting close to the hump this year. I give him 3 years
Yeah.
to get over that hump. I have them going 3-9. Their schedule is decently tough, relatively, for Michigan State standards, at least current Michigan State.
Right.
I have them beating Eastern Michigan, UCLA, and Rutgers.
Well, yeah. What about Toledo?
I have Toledo winning.
Really?
I have Toledo beating them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out.
Like
Yeah.
I said, growing pains.
I mean, I can see a schedule like that. I was just curious because I am a Pat fan. You know,
Yeah.
and I hope they at least make a bowl game is what I'm hoping for. I don't think they will because I am a Pat supporter. So you know, I'm just hoping for the best on that one. Now the last 2 teams that I will shout out of the Big Ten that I think it will be competitors will be USC. I've got them going 9-3. They've got a really tough schedule, man. They've got some tough games to go against for sure. But I like them going 9-3. I could see that slipping. I could see that being a little bit better and be a little sneaky. And I do also like Washington going about 9-3 as well.
Okay. I will say I have USC and Washington both going 8-4, 5-4 in conference just because they have a little bit tougher schedules. So I think it's for USC specifically, I think it's going to be a grudge match damn near every single game for them.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of wear and tear for both of those teams, and I don't have confidence in either of them coming out unscathed or with minimal like wear and tear.
Right.
As far as teams that I have still in the picture, I have 6 total teams going at least 10 wins and up. Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan, and Indiana being my top 3. 4, 5, and 6 are a toss up for me because I can interchange them at random. But I have Minnesota at number 4 at 11-1.
Wow.
I have very, very big high hopes for this Minnesota team this year.
I could tell.
I like what they're doing. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing from camps.
Good schedule too.
Very favorable.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. Good schedule.
It's not like super hard, but it's also not super difficult or super easy.
Yeah.
But then I have a tie for 5th place at 10-2. I have Illinois and Iowa.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the Minnesota schedule. I see what you're saying. I think this is pretty favorable for sure.
Minnesota's only loss I have is Iowa. I think Iowa gives me some interesting taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Did you say Penn State? I'm sorry if I didn't catch it.
No, I did not say Penn State because. Sorry, Tyler. Yikes. Big yikes. 6-6.
I mean, I could see 6-6, but I think 8-4 is possible. I'm looking at the schedule right now. That schedule's
difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. I mean, I think at least the first 5 games I think are all very winnable. Potential losses in there for sure, but I think first 5 are very winnable. I think USC coming to Penn State makes it winnable for them. Going to Michigan will be tough. Purdue, I think, is very winnable, obviously, but it's also Purdue. You never know with them.
It's
yeah.
don't get me started about that team.
Yeah, it's Purdue. You know, Washington will be tough, but I think they can win. I think they can beat Minnesota. They'll beat Rutgers. They'll beat Maryland. So, I mean, I think they'll be bowl eligible in Matt Campbell's first year.
So I have their losses being Wisconsin. I have them losing 4 straight: Wisconsin, Northwestern, USC, Michigan, and then I have them losing to Washington and Minnesota.
Interesting.
I still have them bowl eligible though.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I'll tell you.
Growing pains. It's just like shit. Who are we? Michigan State.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll have to get Tyler's thoughts on that and see what he says about it. But
yeah.
Anyway, no, Big Ten should be a lot of fun. Very competitive. It's gonna be very, very competitive. I mean, adding in like that Oregon, the USC, and Washington, and UCLA, they exist. Bob Chesney, shout out. I think he'll have a growing pains. We just said it, growing pains year for Bob Chesney and the Bruins. But you know, hey, won 3 straight natties. Will it be a 4th? We'll see in the next video where we talk about our half-ass attempt at a CFP. Subscribe. Look at that. All right, let's wrap up the video. Let's wrap up the thing. Yeah, so she just got home a minute ago, so that's fun. So we'll wrap up. Yeah, we'll wrap up the CFP and we'll get out of here. All right. Sorry. Today's video, we're going to somewhat attempt to predict the CFP, who's going to be in based on all of our predictions that we've done so far. Now, let me stress off the top. This is near impossible to predict because you never know what the committee's going to do. They've obviously changed the 12-team format 3 times in a row. 3 years in a row we've changed. So it's pretty tough to predict who some of these teams are going to be. But we made our best attempt. So let me know your thoughts and tell us if we're wrong or not. All right, so let's get started. Let's do a recap here. Go through, you know, our power conference winners, because obviously they've changed now where ACC, for example, should have been in last year based on this year's rules. All 4 powers get in. So for me, ACC, Miami Hurricanes, Big Ten, Ohio State, Big 12, Texas Tech, SEC, Georgia. What are your 4 powers? Just recapping.
ACC, Miami, Big Ten, Ohio State, Big 12, Texas Tech, SEC, Texas.
Okay. Now the question, who is your group of 6 champion that gets in? I have the 11-1 Pac-12 Boise State Broncos.
That's fair. That's fair. I can totally see that.
Out of the contenders that I had 3 contenders for it. When you look at, you know, records and kind of thinking where they might be ranked and stuff like that, Boise State's the one I favored because it's Boise State. I feel like the committee, I feel like the voters that do the 25, they're going to favor Boise State over a Navy based on my final predictions. You know, I because like based on my groups, I had Navy going 11-1. I had Boise State going 11-1, and I do have Hawaii going 10-2. It is based off my predictions and kind of how I think the committee views things. They're going to favor Boise State over the other 2. So which group did you have getting in?
I can agree with that Boise State outcome just because money and program and TV revenue, blah, 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 blah. I have the Sun Belt champion, James Madison, the 13-0 James Madison.
That's fair.
Including the conference championship game.
Okay. So we both already touched on Notre Dame in the ACC video. So we both had them going 12-0. So therefore, they're one of our at-larges based on this new ruling that went into place, right? So we have a few at-larges left. Do you want to start or me on who you think is going to get in?
Go right ahead.
So one of my at-larges, and I'm ranking this, but I did rank it for the sake of going through the bracket. But obviously, again, it's near impossible to predict. So my 7 seed would be, because I have Notre Dame being my 6 seed. Let me see. Is that right? Okay, no, I have my ranking down below. I see. So just going through the at-larges, these are not ranked. I have Texas, which is my SEC runner-up, as one of the teams that gets in. They are 10-2 for me. I have BYU, my 11-1 Big 12 runner-ups, getting in. I have Oregon, my 11-1 Big 10 runner-ups, getting in. I have my 11-1 third place Texas A&M getting in. And then I have my third place. You know what? I think some of my stuff from my previous video in this. Oh, okay. I think I see where now. I do have Indiana getting in as well. I think for my video, did I say them going 10-2 or 11-1? I don't remember. I had it 11-1
You
here.
said 10-2.
We'll say 11-1. They're going to beat Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11-1. And now here's my spiciest take about who I could see getting in based on how predictions went for me. Because obviously there is a certain power conference runner up that I have not named, and that would be Louisville at 11-1. My final one, I have a 9-3 Oklahoma getting in.
Whoa.
Yeah. When I looked at where my predictions fell, and I have Oklahoma finishing in like fourth place of the SEC and everything at a 9-3, I looked at it from strictly the perspective of how the CFP loves to stroke the SEC and how they love to change their opinion on what's important, what's not important, our wins and losses important, our confidence is important, our strength of schedule important. I fucking hate the CFP because they constantly can't make up their damn mind. But when I look at Oklahoma and I see their insane strength of schedule, it's one of those things. SEC, it's Oklahoma, strong strength of schedule. They're going to get in. Is kind of where my brain went with this. Now, I think realistically, like it makes a lot more sense to throw in an 11-1 at Louisville. You know what I mean? That makes a lot more damn sense. And realistically, what I see could happen, I wanted to be a little spicy for this, so I threw in that 9-3 Oklahoma, just based off like they are like one of the toughest schedules in the entire country. Everyone seems to agree they're consistently in the top 10. One site I came across that had them at number 2, one had them at 3, one had them at 7, one had them at 5, one had them at 8, one had them at 9, one had them at 5 again, one had them at 4 again. That was my logic behind it. Going a little spicy here.
Okay. I can understand that. Then.
Yeah. Just because they love to stroke the SEC. It's all about that money. It's all about the ratings, and they're going to look at strength of schedule. What are your remaining at larges?
All right. So obviously, the runner up, at least as far as my games are concerned, the runner up from the Big Ten, Oregon's going to get in.
Okay.
The runner up from the SEC, Georgia, is going to get in. The runner up from the Big 12, BYU, is going to get in. Then I have, let me see here. I have 2 more teams from the SEC getting in, LSU and Ole Miss. That's my top 4 in the SEC. That's how it played out at the very least. Ole Miss finished at a 10-2. LSU finished at 11-1. I can see, obviously, you touched on it. Not going to stroke the SEC favoritism stick, but there's still that whole play. There's still, the Big Ten happens too. It is what it is.
Yeah, it happens to both
I also
of them.
have Indiana getting in too. I think if they finish 10-2, 11-1, I think at the very least the committee is going to give them the opportunity to get in because they're defending national champs.
Right.
Was that all my teams? Yeah, that was all my teams. Minus the conference championships or champions.
Okay.
And Notre Dame.
So for the sake of this, did you also happen to rank them?
I did.
Okay, so I put together again a half-assed temp of a ranking because this is near impossible to predict. So my ranking that I just kind of ballparked based on how I could see things going is 1 Ohio State, 2 Georgia, 3 Texas Tech, 4 Notre Dame, because obviously the conference winners does not automatically grant you top 4. You're just guaranteed in.
Yep.
5 Miami, 6 Oregon, 7 BYU, 8 Texas A&M, 9 Indiana, 10 Texas, 11 Boise State, 12 Oklahoma. That was how mine played out. What's yours?
Mine played out Ohio State number 1, Texas number 2, Texas Tech number 3, LSU number 4. Let me see here. Where's 5? Notre Dame at number 5, Ole Miss number 6, Indiana 7, Georgia 8, Oregon 9, BYU 10, Miami 11, James Madison 12.
Okay. Now let's try to run through that bracket real quick and see how the final play out will be. Are you good for that?
Yep.
Okay. So my first rounds, I would have Texas A&M and Indiana. I have Indiana coming out on top in that one. I have Miami and Oklahoma in a game. I've got Miami coming out on top. BYU and Texas, I have Texas coming out on top. Oregon and Boise State, I have Oregon coming out on top. I'll just run through my whole. Let's go round by round together. So that's my first round. What's your first round?
My first round starts out with probably the biggest dogfight of all first rounds. Oregon at Georgia. I have Oregon winning that game. Then I have James Madison at Notre Dame. I have Notre Dame winning that game. BYU at Indiana. Indiana winning that game. And then Miami at Ole Miss. I have Miami winning.
Okay. So next round that I have would be Ohio State hosting Indiana, and I've got Ohio State winning that. I've got Notre Dame, Miami. I have Miami getting their get-back game and moving on. Then I've got Georgia, Texas. Georgia moves on. Texas Tech, Oregon. Oregon moves on.
I have Ohio State hosting Oregon. Ohio State winning. I have LSU hosting Notre Dame. I have Notre Dame winning. Texas hosting Indiana. I have Indiana winning, and then Texas Tech hosting Miami. I have Texas Tech winning.
Okay. So
I think that one's gonna be a close game though.
True. So my semis, I've got Ohio State and Miami. Give me Ohio State. Georgia and Oregon's my other one. Give me Oregon, setting up for a Big Ten championship rematch.
I have Ohio State hosting Notre Dame. I have Ohio State winning. And then I have Texas Tech hosting Indiana. I have Indiana winning.
So Indiana goes back to the Natty for you.
Yep.
So we both got Ohio State in there. You've got Indiana. I've got Oregon. I safely assume you're thinking Ohio State wins the Natty.
The roster, man. That roster. I'm knocking on wood right now, barring any injuries or anything like that. That roster is a national championship roster.
Yeah. I also have Ohio State winning the national championship this year, beating Oregon. And I'm not an Ohio State fan, for the record, guys, okay? I'm not trying to stroke this guy's ego. It's just I really do think Ohio State has a damn good roster and the Heisman frontrunner and one of the best receivers that Ohio State has ever had with Jeremiah Smith. You know, it's all screaming championship to me. It really is. So, I mean, I got Ohio State winning.
4 natties in a row, man.
Imagine 4 in a row for the Big Ten. You guys will never stop talking about that. That's funny as hell. That's so damn funny. But anyway, drop your comment down below on what you think of our predictions. Obviously, they're probably really bad. Realistically, like the CFP is a little wild and wacky at times. It's tough to predict it. You know what I mean? So it's probably really bad and really off. But who's your winner though for this season of college football? Is it Ohio State? Is it Oregon? Is Indiana going to repeat? Is it going to be Georgia, Texas Tech, Miami, BYU, Rutgers maybe? Maybe you think Rutgers is going to pull it off. Who knows, man? Pull off the plot twist of the century. I mean, if Indiana can do it, why not Rutgers?
4 different teams in a row.
Exactly. Yeah. What about Purdue? Come on now. The AD's expecting championships.
Don't even get me started about that. I understand he was talking about other sports.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Now, drop your comment down below on what you think for this upcoming season. How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How bad are all of our predictions across the board? We really don't care. Drop a mean comment. I might put it on a t-shirt. All right, there we go. We made it.
Good deal.
Out. Yeah. So I guess let's wrap up the show and get out of here. And we'll be good to go. Be great.
Yeah.
So last thoughts? Anything left to get off your chest?
Yeah, I forgot to say when we were talking about ACC, I feel so bad for Duke.
Oh, I know. Won the conference championship. Now they're about to fall off the face of the earth.
Not only that, but like the CFP changes the whole rules. They could have made it to the playoffs last year. That's so sad.
I will say, last note for today's video, I think I said it maybe last video or video before, whatever. I will be putting out a standalone video of my thoughts on how the CFP should be. My opinion doesn't really matter, but I talked about it in a live episode back in like December. And I want it to be in video format, structured video, scripted, me talking to you directly, not me talking to someone sitting over here on a Discord call. I want to talk to you guys on my thoughts. So I will have a video about that. I pulled up my old notes, and I still think my old notes are good. I think my old notes are excellent. In fact, I toot my own horn. But anyway, that's going to be the end of today's episode. Subscribe, don't subscribe, like, dislike. I don't really care. It's fine. Drop a hateful comment, drop a positive comment. Let's spread some positivity today. And are you excited for college football? It's almost here. Shout out to that. Shout out to the Bows. I'm excited to whoop up on Tyler's Stanford Cardinal. It's going to be a good time. But yeah, no, that's in today's episode. We'll be back whenever we're back because I got to go to Minnesota and do other things. So bye.